Christian Hannah Horror.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Christian Hannah Horror here today with a very unique special video. Shout out to one of my good friends on here, Slasher Pepper. He has reached out to me and he wants to do this big YouTube collab where we do this thing called One Horrifying Scene. He wanted me to bring up one of the most iconic horror movie scenes in my lifetime that has affected me the most. And when he asked me to do this, only one scene came to mind in particular that I was like, if I talk about any scene in horror, I've got to talk about this one because this one affects me to this day. I want to take you guys back to 1985. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. So this big, huge blockbuster hit, Nightmare on Elm Street, comes out. Does fairly well at the box office. Really gets this massive groundswell. Makes New Line Cinema. As we know, New Line Cinema was then dubbed the house that Freddy built. So when Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 came out, this is a movie that took everything that the first one did and kind of turned it on its head. It went in a completely different direction, where Freddy was trying to possess a kid instead of just invading him through his dreams and trying to kill him. One scene in particular about this movie that really affected me was the scene where Freddy bursts out of Jesse. I can remember renting this movie from Blockbuster back in 2009 or 10, and I'm sitting there at night. It's like a Wednesday or Thursday. I've got one more day of the week left in school, and it's like 10:30 at night. I can't go to sleep. Big test tomorrow, and I'm like, let me just put something on and try to relax. While I'm watching Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, I get to the scene where Jesse and Grady are in the bedroom, and Jesse gets up and he screams, he's coming back. And I'm just sitting there like, what's going on? I'm very, very not cultured in horror at this point, so I really don't know what to expect. All of a sudden, you see Jesse starting to reach out, and Freddy's hand is coming out of Jesse's hand. I'm like, whoa, this is creepy. And then he starts to sit down, and you see Freddy's eye come out of Jesse's mouth. At this point, I'm not even making a sound. Usually, I'm kind of making noise. I'm like, oh, ooh, but this really just had me stand still and keep my eyes wide open. All of a sudden, Jesse sits down and you see Freddy's head just start to protrude out of his chest. The first time I watched this, I was absolutely mortified. I couldn't say a word. It was 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. I'm in my bedroom. My eyes are just like this. I've got the blanket over my head. I'm just absolutely scared. And then you see Freddy just come right out of Jesse. The scariest part about this whole thing is when you see Freddy stand up into frame and he just has this sinister look. And the fear in Grady's eyes, gotta give it up to Robert Russler. I would have been just as scared as Robert, and he absolutely played this scene to a T. It wasn't just like Robert was going, screaming. The fear that Robert had in his eyes told the entire story. He could not believe what he saw, and neither could I. Watching this movie, this scene stuck with me for years to come. A lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies have absolutely fantastic scenes and kills, but in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, when Freddy bursts out of Jesse, it was probably one of the most horrifying things I'd ever seen in a horror movie. Thank you, Slasher Pepper, for doing this collab with me. I hope you guys will check out the playlist he makes. I'll be sure to drop that link in the description below, and obviously I'll have Slasher Pepper drop a comment below, and you guys can check out his channel as well. Also, once you guys drop a comment below, let me know what's one of your favorite horror movie scenes ever. When Freddy bursts out of Jesse, it still affects me to this day, and I can't wait to see what you guys say. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for my channel and drop a comment below. It only takes a second. And check out my Teespring so you can rock Christian Hannah Horror merch wherever you go. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.